Welcome everybody to the first video of the year. But sometimes change is good, right? So we got a lot to go through this week. We got a special guest. Save him for a little bit later, not too much. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to wait like 10 minutes to see a 30-second clip. But some things that we're gonna talk about that is on the line this year. JB is on the line for not making the playoffs for the first time since 2013. That is a huge thing. For every opposite and equal reaction, Bob doesn't make the playoffs again since 2015. So we're the yin and the yang, but we both might be in the yang. So maybe I get pulled up. Eric's streak of not finishing lower than ninth still in the line. That's pretty decent, right? Sam J looking to creep up on my sixth to get to the fourth. Look, he's in the playoffs for the 8th straight year. If I don't make it for the 11th or the 12th, he holds the new record here. Bob being in the constellation since 2015. Kara looking to be the 6th from myself. Bob, Sam B, Sam J, Adam, Troy, and John from holding both the dumper in the championship. And Adam looking to be the first to go from first to worst. So, that's what's on the line this week. So let's just get into it. Let's get to the guy who's going to break it all down for us. Your best friend, that's right, Steve Kornecki. Start with one of the easiest one, Travis. Travis is the locked-in number 1 seed at 11-2, going against JB at 6-7. You can sit everybody you want. You don't have to play anybody. You're gonna make it for sure. You're playing in the championship semifinals, so for playoff mania, you're gonna be one of the best ones. Start thinking about it now. You're going to be one of the main events. But I want to talk about one of the most ridiculous stats. Kara had a great season 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. But right now, Travis is on track. Travis has scored 2,013.9 points. The next closest, Kyle, in second place, is plus 169.5. Over 10-point difference each week over Kyle. Points against. 1350.9. First place, that's plus 210 over, meaning not only is he scoring 10 points more than the second place, people aren't even scoring 20 points less. It's been that dominant. A 700-point difference between this. One of the most dominant years. Can sit everybody for week 14 and be safe. Next, we've got second seed Dana, who's at 9-4. Before we get into her playoff scenarios, we have to talk about just the most ridiculous stats I think we've ever seen in this league. Dana has 15,086.86 points scored. That's 11th best in the league, meaning 10 other people are better than her. The one person that isn't, who she's playing this week, Kara, who's 2-11. But the points against, only 1561, and that's the second. Meaning, she's not bringing her A game at any given time, but everybody else has been a lot worse when it's come to them. So just one of the most obscene kind of Chicago Bearian kind of things we have seen. So, Dana firmly locked in the championship bracket, going for the belt. That is a given. There are 3 spots she can finish. Second seed, she's just got to win versus Kara. Got it locked up. The 3 seed with a loss and a Meredith loss. The 4 seed if she loses and Meredith loses. So really, the only 2 games that matter to Dana right now is her game against Kara and Meredith's game against Katie. So rooting for Katie, rooting for Dana here. All right, this is a big matchup in the league. This is one of those matchups you don't want to see in week 14 if you're playing in it. Right, so the 3rd seed, Kyle's 8-5. He's got to go against Sam J, who's also 8-5. So there is a lot of seeding here that's going to go through. Kyle is in the playoff bracket, will be going for his second championship. But with some other games going on that he's got to pay attention to, he gets the 2 seed if he wins and Dana loses. It's 3 seed if he wins and Dana wins. If he loses, the 4th seed becomes in play if Meredith loses. And then the 5th seed is his if he loses and Meredith wins. So really, 3 games dictate where Kyle's going to come into here. And he's still got that chance for that bye that everyone's seeking out there. So this is it. This is, 3 matchups to go. Tough one right there. But congratulations on making it to the playoff bracket again. Competitor Meredith, who's 8-5, currently sitting in the 4th seed, is in the playoffs, locked it up, put a star. Nothing she can do to get out of it. Same kind of scenario in 4 places. Can still get the bye to get the playoff mania as one of the main events. With the 2 seed, she needs a win and a Dana loss. Pretty simple there. Rooting against one of her good friends, right? The 3rd seed with a win, a Dana win, and a Sam J win. So, right there. 4th seed with a win, a Dana win, and a Kyle win. It's all by virtual points, really, right there. And the 5th seed is still in play if Meredith loses and Sam J wins. So it could be a tough outing in the household if this happens, as it'll prepare everybody else up and down. So here we are. No way else out, but still has a lot to play for here in Week 14. Final competitor who is locked into the championship bracket looking for his 4th title, Sam J at 8-5. Again, tough matchup. Probably the matchup of the week versus Kyle at 8-5. Can finish anywhere between 2 and 6, so let's quickly just break it down. We'll have to go through. So, 2nd seed with a win, a Dana loss, and a Meredith loss. Gets a 3 seed with a win, a Dana win, and a Meredith loss. A 4 seed with a win, a Dana win, and a Meredith win. 5th seed with a loss, and the 6th seed with a loss, and Sam B wins by 85 points. Outscoring by 85 points. So, really looking like going to be playing next week in the playoffs, but nonetheless, the 2 seed is still out there. But welcome. You are again going for your 4th. Good luck. Know that Travis, Dana, Kyle, Meredith, and Sam J have all made the playoff bracket. Let's switch it up a little bit and go into those 4 who have qualified for the consolation bracket regardless of what happens. We got to start with the bottom. Kara, 2-11. She's locked into the 12th seed. Nothing more she can do. She's got to win 1 out of 2 to avoid the dumper. Going against Dana. However, a lot of people are rooting for Kara to pull it off regardless. See you next week in the dumper. Another competitor that will be playing for the dumper, our 2nd qualifying ever, Katie at 4-9, playing Meredith at 8-5. So she can get the 11th seed with a loss or a win and a Bob win. The 10th seed with a win and a Bob loss. And the 9th seed with a win and Bob and Adam loss, but outscoring Adam by 9. So really, Katie's just looking for seeding here just to see who she doesn't have to play, whether it's Bob, Adam, or Kara, or somebody else that we might figure out there. But there it is, Katie. That's what you're locked into. Our 3rd competitor that will be playing for the dumper, Bob at 4-9, going against Eric at 6-7. So Bob did a huge thing in beating JB to really put his playoff chances at nil. Has the opportunity to do that to Eric, put the nail in the coffin of both of the DX boys. So, again, you'll be playing this just for seeding, right? So the 11th seed with a loss and a Katie win, a 10th seed with a win, and the 9th seed with a win and an Adam loss. So it's really just about positioning yourself and having a little bit of pride that you may have left in your fantasy life. Adam is in the consolation bracket. He cannot creep up, but Adam is the one of the few that may have a slight chance of not playing for the dumpers. So here's how it goes. Adam at 5-8 will get the 11th seed with a loss and a Bob and Katie win. Gets the 10th seed with a loss and either Bob or Katie win, right? So either one wins and the other one loses. Can get the 9th seed in one of 2 ways, with a win, or he can lose and Bob and Katie both lose. Now here's where it gets interesting. Here's where he may be able to prevent himself from going from first to worse. He can get that elusive 8th seed, which guarantees him not to play in the dumper. All he needs is a win and Eric to lose, and Adam has to outscore by 14. So it's right there. It's not far off. does play Sam B with a 7-6 record. So, Adam still trying to avoid first to worst. A recap of where we're at. Guaranteed to be in the championship bracket, we have Travis, Dana, Sam J, Meredith, and Kyle, right up there. Guaranteed to be in the loser bracket, consolation bracket, we have Kara, Katie, Bob, and Adam. So that just leaves us with 3 competitors who are in the flux that could go up and down depending how this next week goes. So let's start with the worst odds. Eric, who's 6-7, currently sitting in the 8th seed, has to play Bob right now at 4-9. So can get the 6th seed with a win, a JB loss, and has to Sam B loss, and has to outscore by 74 points. So that's probably off the board. The 7th seed with a win and a JB loss. The 8th seed with just a win, even if JB wins, can still get it with a loss and an Adam loss. So highly looking like still, well, may not be the greatest, still not having to play for the dumper is the key thing. But Eric does have a shot at getting the dumper, as we talked about with Adam, right? If Eric loses and Adam wins plus 14, Adam is in the 4-way for the dumper. So, kind of laid out right here. Eric, most likely, getting a first-round bye next week. All right, our next competitor that's trying to fight has a little bit better shot. JB at 6-7 has to face the unsurmountable juggernaut that is Travis at 11-2. Hopefully, Travis just sits his people here. So let's break it down. You can get into the playoffs with a win and a Sam B loss, outscoring by 14 points. Ironically, 14 points was the same amount of points that the New England defense scored on Monday night, when Sam B already had it locked up, right? So this is kind of a math lesson. Sam B had the win. And when you're this late in the year, when you have the win and the only thing left is your defense, sometimes you bench the defense so you don't take negative and maybe lose. Sam didn't. Sam went for the points, got 14. And right now, those 14 is the difference. If she didn't take those 14, it would just be a loss. And JB catapults himself above it. So everyone needs to thank Sam for keeping New England's defense on the board to put that buffer up. JB looking really like he's not going to be playing for the dumper. Gets the 7th seed with a win and a Sam B win or Eric loss. Falls to the 8th seed with a loss and an Eric win. Unfamiliar territory for JB, but very much this is looking like where he's going to be coming into next week. Very big win for Sam B last week because she's 7-6, truly controls her own destiny, playing Adam, who is 5-8. So there's a chance of getting the 5 seed to win and a Sam G loss with 85 points. Really looking just to own the 6th seed with a win. Can fall out of the playoffs with getting the 7th seed with a loss and a JB win plus 14. And the 8th seed with a loss, a JB win plus 14 and an Eric win plus 64. So no dumper. Most likely locked into that 6th seed right there. Pretty much like a 93% chance she's going to be riding into there. So starting that defense, very critical. Getting the win, incredibly phenomenal. Sam B is our final one. So there you are. It's been another great year to join you. Hopefully you enjoy your week 14. And may the fantasy gods be in your favor. Thank you, Steve, for the playoff breakdown into week 14. So, not much left to say other than good luck to everybody except Travis and Sam B. Nothing's more punk rock than trying to fight for your life for 6th place. So, I'll see you on the Fantasy Gridiron.